Yeah, Cam, if you can still hear us, if you're still listening, just whenever you're ready, go ahead and give the go-ahead. All right, we're good.
All right, so on 3, 2, 1.
After losing their last 7 games, the London Knights are out of the playoff hunt and are looking to put on a show for their home fans one more time in their inaugural season. Today, they will face the Queen City Corsairs for the second time in 3 weeks and look to reverse the outcome of their previous encounter in Buffalo. While not on the bubble, the Corsairs need a win this week for seeding purposes as they look towards the playoffs and winning another SFL title. Hello and a very warm welcome to Queensway in London, England. I'm your play-by-play commentator Michael Truilo, joined today in the commentary booth by Levant Mercer. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Michael. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. Final game of the regular season is upon us. It's been a fantastic 10th season of the SFL, and the playoffs are right around the corner. The lineups have been scrolling across your screen. We're going to go down to the field for the coin toss.
We ready for you. How you doing?
Gentlemen, please make your call.
We'll take heads.
Heads it is.
We'll kick.
And the Corsairs will kick off first. The London Knights will get the ball to start the game. The punter-kicker hybrid Ricky Matthews has got the ball on the tee at the 30-yard line. We're just waiting for the whistle. The whistle goes, and it's game on here in Queensway for the final game of the regular season. Ball returned up to the 28-yard line of London by Jeffrey Daggs. And that'll bring us to the opening play of the game. We'll get you the offense for the London Knights. The London offense is led by the quarterback, number 8, Michael Martin. The running back is number 21, Spencer Meyer. The wide receivers are number 10, Andre Godspeed. And number 11, Giacomo Jones. Offset eye behind. And a handoff goes to Meyer up the middle. And he'll get 2 yards on first down. It's been a rough backstretch of the season for the London Knights, Levant, but important to finish strong in front of their home fans today.
Yes, it's true, and they have enough of an offense to give Queen City some issues. I'll get back to my point in a moment.
Second down and 8. Backs flanking, and a pass over the middle is complete. And up to a 6-yard gain, if I can get my math working today. Complete to Andre Godspeed. Martin gets his first pass of the day complete, and it's third down and 2.
To continue on with what I was saying, while they only have 4 contracted players in offense, they're all high value, and they... Oh, hold on.
We've got a similar formation, 2 backs and 2 to the right. Martin throws it out to the left side. That pass is caught up by the 40-yard line. It's going to be good enough for a first down, as that pass was hauled in by Giacomo Jones.
Yeah, that's sort of the things I was trying to get at, is that players like Giacomo Jones and Andre Godspeed and Spencer Meyer, when they're on it, they can provide some mismatches with their height and their power.
Under center goes Martin on 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, working right to left across your radio dial. Martin short drop will throw out of the corner. Oh, a diving attempt, and the catch is made! Giacomo Jones! Wow!
And this right here just exemplifies what it is I was trying to say. Of like, look at the athleticism Giacomo Jones had to make that grab.
He went out and dove for it and caught the pass all the way to the Queen City 35-yard line. First down and 10 I formation. Handoff goes to Meyer up the middle, tries to swim past the defender, and will pick up 5 yards before he's brought down by Avery King. Let's get you the defense for the Queen City Corsairs. The safeties are number 21, Zane Doty. Number 31, Nacho Sicario. And number 46, Phoenix Blue. The linebackers are number 44, Avery King. Number 54, Alex Cross. The defensive end is number 53, Jeff Duffy. And the defensive tackle is number 75, Koa Kaleo. Back to passes. Oh! Back to passes Martin, and he goes down. He rolled to get away from the pressure, but he rolled right into 53, Jeff Duffy.
As we can see here, I don't really know what he was looking at. I mean, yes, I guess he's trying to get out of the way of not being tripped up by whatever that catastrophe was in front of him, but...
3rd down and 12 now. First long situation for the London Knights. And over the middle he goes, and the pass is incomplete into a crowd of players. Duffy was there. Avery King was there. It was intended for Godspeed, and now out comes Michael Point.
And right there is just... I don't know why you would make that throw into a sea of Corsairs.
And they're going to punt it away. They were just outside of field goal range at the 37-yard line. So punting from his own 50 will be Point. Looking to pin the Corsairs deep. Punt is away, but barely, as the Queen City defense provided some pressure, and it bounces, and it's going to be stopped short of the end zone. Beautiful punt coverage out there from Henry Tudor, the cornerback. Bounced at the 5, caught at the 3-yard line, and they're going to mark it at the 5.
Well, this is the things I like to see from special teams every week. Not let it go into the end zone and put them back in the heart of their own end zone.
A.J. Caswell playing his final regular season game. He has announced his retirement at the end of the season. He'll hand it off to Ash Odom up the middle for 4 yards. Let's get you the Queen City offense. The quarterback is number 16, A.J. Caswell. The running back is number 24, Ash Odom. The wide receivers are number 84, Chris Curtis, and number 87, Memphis Blue. The tight end is number 83, Mike Daggs. Caswell's had a long career in the SFL. We will be kind of sad to see him go. Let's see how he performs today. Tries to fire that one over the middle into the teeth of the defense. Intended for Chris Curtis, and that one falls incomplete.
So the thing about London here is that they have heavily stacked their defense with a lot of different pieces, and most of their team is built towards that defense. So it'll be interesting to me to see how Queen City decides to dissect them today.
3rd down and 6 from the 9-yard line of Queen City in the shadow of their own end zone. 2 receivers each side and a back in the backfield. Back to pass is Caswell. Flares it out to the far side, and it's dropped. Simpson dropped it. That would be the non-contract Joe Simpson, the 3rd wide receiver on the depth chart. And that's just straight up drop. You can't have that in a game of this caliber.
Especially not when you were pretty much open. This is... Look, if you're going to keep playing in the SFL, or any league for that matter, you have to make those routine grabs. And
now, this is good for London. They pinned them deep, they forced a 3-and-out, and now Ricky Matthews is punting from inside his own end zone. The kick is away cleanly, but it's going to be good field position for the home team. Taken at the 40 by Daggs. Daggs to the 30, and he runs into a crowd at the Queen City 29-yard line. Fantastic return and great field position for the Knights. Today wearing white helmets, burgundy shirts, white pants with white shoulders and white numbers.
I still feel like if he would have just decided to go to the outside, I think that was house.
Great field position for the Knights. Inside the 30-yard line. Offset eye, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Martin under center. Martin back to pass, good pocket, and now the pressure collapses and the pass is tipped at the point of contact and incomplete. Koa Kaleo, a name to watch on the defensive end for Queen City, got the hand up there and knocked the pass down. So it will be 2nd down and 10. And if you have matchups, like you said, LeVant, like Godspeed and Jones on non-contract quarterbacks on the outside, you got to start finding them deep down the field here. Offset eye, 2 to the right, none to the left. Handoff, Meyer up the middle into the teeth of the defense. He'll pick up 2 yards after being gang tackled by a host of Corsairs. Today wearing black helmets with green trim, white jerseys, and black pants.
Yeah, that's the thing I think London will need to focus on, is understanding that they can exploit them having very contracted receivers against corners who aren't.
A short play now heads up 3rd and 8. Back to pass is Martin. Martin looking for the end zone. It's into double coverage, and it's knocked away. Johnson was there along with Sicario. And out comes Zach Dagg to the kicker, one of the few teams to employ contracted kickers in the league this season. And it has worked out for him so far. He's only missed one kick so far this season. He's 23 of 24 with a log of 51 yards. This is a chip shot by comparison. Looks like a maybe 45-yarder. The kick is on the way, and it is right down Main Street. London takes the first lead of the game, 3-0 at the 6:34 mark of the first quarter, as Zach Daggs continues his hot start today. Or continues his hot season, as I should say. Not really what you wanted if you were London, starting with such good field position, but you're on the board, you're in the lead, the crowd's behind you, and maybe you can get some momentum off of that.
Yeah, and it's okay to start this way as long as you get hot later in the game. I mean, points on a drive are important. As long as you end up with points, it's not really that bad of a drive.
Kickoff received from the goal line up to the 10, 20, running left side, hits the defense at the 23-yard line, and that is where Joe Simpson will stay, the non-contract wide receiver returning kicks today for the Corsairs. We'll have score updates from the other two games going on at the same time all day long throughout via the Score Stream app. Offset eye, one receiver each side on 1st down and 10. Here's a handoff to Ash Odom. He's got a lane, he's got a blocker, and he's got 4 yards off the right side of the 27-yard line.
And this here is a well-designed run, and Odom is just really good at what he does. Because normally these plays go for about nothing, but he broke a couple tackles and made something out of nothing.
The weakness in London's defense has to be defending the run game. They've allowed 15 rushing touchdowns so far this season, so Ash Odom's going to have to be a big part of their game. But a throw over the middle is complete! Big pickup there. Chris Curtis out to near the 50-yard line. They'll spot it at the 46. First down of the game for Queen City. Slant route strikes again in the SFL.
Not only that, but you have to understand, Chris Curtis is one of the premier wide receivers here, and he's just, look at that route run. Nobody spotted him, nobody saw him, the coverage busted.
First down and 10 now, approaching midfield, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Caswell to throw, he rolls, throws short, that pass is complete to Memphis Blue. Blue will get up close to the 1st down marker, across midfield. He will not get across the sticks, though. 2nd down and 1 upcoming from the London 45-yard line.
Seems like the defender on that play overplayed the ball and left the man free.
We've got a score update from Tulsa and Indianapolis, two teams that will be playing in the playoffs. It's 7-7 in the first quarter in the snow in Indy. As here's Ash Odom on 2nd down and 1, running left side. He's got a 1st down and more up to the London 40-yard line. A good 5-yard pickup and a 1st down for the Corsairs.
They're picking up on that London weakness to the run game early on, and I like it because they're also pulling guards over just to make sure that Odom has additional assistance on those run plays.
1st down and 10, they'll hand it off to Odom up the middle, and a crunching hit after a 4-yard pickup. Odom is slow to get up after that. He had a free hole through the first level, but the linebacker said no.
And that's something that London really needs to do. If they want to shake off this presumption that, oh, we're 15th in the league of rush, they need to start just getting in the mind of Odom. It's happened before where you hit him hard and he starts getting worse.
2 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd down and 6. Caswell to throw into one-on-one coverage. That pass is complete. Memphis Blue, a 1st down up to the London 26-yard line. Nope, excuse me, that was Chris Curtis.
And here's where the size matchup comes into play sometimes. Curtis is like several inches taller, like almost probably a foot taller than his the cover man there, and it was way too easy for him.
Heavy set, offset eye, a receiver each side on 1st down and 10. Caswell to throw, dumps it short over the middle and incomplete. A straight up drop. That's the 2nd one of the game for Queen City thus far. Unreal. That's Hadley Diamante, the fullback, out of the backfield, and, well, he was the man open. You got to make that catch.
And this is the second time. Sometimes people say bad things about role players where they're like, look, they may not make all the plays, but they should be able to make those.
Same formation under center. Goes Caswell at 2nd down and 10. He'll hand it off to Odom. This time he's got a lane, and he's got a blocker, and he's got a first down up inside the SFL, presented by APM Music Red Zone up to the 13-yard line.
Well, it looks like he wasn't at all shaken up by the hit earlier. As we could see here, the line's making a great block here and there. And not only that, but it's Odom. Like, you know he's going to do it. He didn't even need to wait for his block. He was like, I got this. I'm fine.
I mean, I think he could have had 6 points if he'd waited for that play to develop a little bit more, but it's 1st down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Just over 3 minutes to go first quarter. He's going to get the ball again, weaving his way through the defense, pick up of 6 yards up to the 8-yard line.
Well, sometimes individual effort could be good there, like right there where he just... The play would have been broken otherwise, and with that broken tackle, he gained 6, right? 6.
2nd down and 4, just inside the 10-yard line of the 8, 2:40 to go. Queen City looking to respond to a London field goal on the previous possession. Here's Odom off the left side, and he's going to get stuffed behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2 yards.
But at the same time, as you alluded to, not waiting for your blocks tends to break plays as well.
William Wales, the linebacker, came up and made the hit. Now they're going to go 2 receivers each side and Odom alone to the backfield. Caswell under center on 3rd down and 6. And London jumps. It's going to be a first down. They're going to throw to the end zone. Put it on the board. They take advantage of the broken play. And Memphis Blue comes through with the 6 points.
Well, it's very easy to say this is going to be declined because you would rather the touchdown than the yardage.
And there it is. The touchdown on the board for the Corsairs. They take the lead. This is just great vision by Caswell, rolling to his right, seeing the play develop. He threw that ball when Blue was in double coverage in the middle of the end zone, and it ended up being a wide-open touchdown in the corner.
Because he knew he was going to get that separation there. When he made that cut, there was so much separation that it went from double coverage to none at all, no coverage.
Ricky Matthews on the extra point attempt. And it is good. So at 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go first quarter, it's Queen City 7, London 3. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Stay with us. Shout out to Mr. Apache, Ramos Lynn, Patrick Ketza, Godspeed 33, RL Curtis, and Nacho Sicario. Welcome all watching on the SFL Network on YouTube and listening live to us as well. Dags from the 10-yard line up to the 20, running left side 30. Spin move gets him to the 31-yard line. And now London, who have not been great at responding to pressure this year, especially in the last couple of weeks. Now down 7-3 early. Got to come back.
Well, they have the receivers and they have the matchups to do it. It's all about, can they get it to them?
2 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 in the backfield behind Michael Martin. And Martin will throw on first down after a short drop. Wires it out to the far side. That pass is complete. Tackle made by Zane Doughty on Adamson, who made the catch. Adamson, the 3rd string wide receiver.
Here's one of those non-contract players that should really be given one because he's been really outstanding this season.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. They flip the formation from the previous play, and Martin goes in the shotgun. He'll drop back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. He rolls to avoid it, and he's got a wide open man downfield. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Tackled at the 6, now making the 8-yard line. Giacomo Jones found himself wide open and made the best of it. No, that was Charlie Balmer. Excuse me. I confused 11 and 41.
I was about to say, that couldn't be Giacomo. Giacomo has a lot more speed than this man. This man was chugging along. If he had just a lot more speed, like considerable amounts of it, that would have been a touchdown. So that was definitely a blocking tight end making a receiving play. Good on him.
Well, they brought the corner blitz, and the open man was found before the blitz could get there. Now first and goal from London in the SFL, presented by APM Music Red Zone at the 8-yard line. I formation with a receiver each side. Martin takes the snap, hands it off to Meyer. Meyer up the middle and gets to the 4-yard line, gain of 4, before he's brought down right there by Nacho Sicario.
I do like how they're dialing down a bit on the run, trying to attack the Corsairs' weak well, not necessarily weak second, they're just corners. Their corner issue, and bringing back the run just to keep them honest.
Similar formation, offset eye with a receiver each side on second goal from the 4. Here's Meyer, and he won't get past the line of scrimmage this time, as a gaggle of Queen City players brought him down, led by Jack Thomas, the safety.
That was a great play by Thomas there. He was able to find the gap where Meyer was trying to go through and stop him right before he could do anything about it.
Third down and goal from the 4. 5 seconds to go first quarter. They'll get the playoff. It's a flash in the flat to Meyer. Trying to find the end zone. He didn't get there. Brought down just shy of the goal line at the 1. Tackle was made by Mick Weimer, the corner. And that's the end of the first quarter. We've got a good one here on the final week of the regular season. Queen City 7, London 3. Stay with us. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. And now they're going to try for the chip shot field goal. That's basically an extra point here. Zach Daggs has this one all day, pretty much. And the kick is up. And it's right down Main Street from 18 yards. So it's a 1-point game. 10:58 to go first half. Queen City 7, London 6. They've failed to find the end zone, but have gotten close a few times.
Yes, and like I said earlier, it's okay to have drives like this early. It is at the point that we're at the point of the game where they need to start getting 7 on the board.
Let's get some score updates from around the leagues presented by ScoreStream. The ScoreStream app is your place for live scores from and catch all the SFL action right at your fingertips. Oh, it's a fumble! Fumble on the play. Who's going to pick it up? It's going to be... I can't tell. There's a scrum.
That's going to be London.
The London Knights recover the fumble. Matthew Jobs, tight end on kick coverage.
And
Joe Simpson has had a nightmare of a first half. He dropped 2 wide open passes, and then he tried to do a fancy spin move, loses the ball, and London's going to get another opportunity with great field position.
I say this every week. I really dislike that football move. The spin move is great at if you're in the open field. He wasn't, and he left. That's the one move that leaves the ball exposed.
London's offense back on the field at the Queen City 18-yard line. Handoff. Meyer up the middle will gain 2 yards. Or, wow, only 1 yard after the defense collapses on him. But now they got a chance to take the lead, and they probably will, because they're in decent field goal range. They're already inside the red zone at the 17-yard line. I did have score updates for you. I'll get to them now. Houston and Dallas in the second quarter, they're tied 3-3. And Tulsa and Indianapolis also in the second quarter, 14-14 there, as Meyer takes another one right up the middle and gains 1 more yard. Third down and 8 upcoming from the 16-yard line.
And this is a time where London really needs to get 7 points to take command and control of this game. They already have the momentum after the fumble, so they need to make the most of it.
Let's see if they can get the 8 yards necessary to get a first down or even find the end zone from the 16-yard line. Just under 10 minutes to go in the half. Martin stands in, fires down the field. It's off the hands of a defender and incomplete.
It seems like I know he had a target in mind, but he seemed to just throw it right I don't know. The timing must have been off there because he threw it straight at the Corsairs and they couldn't take advantage.
Now on 4th and 8, they're going to have to rely on Zach Daggs again to get them 3 more points. Not as much of a gimme this time as the holder is placed right on the 23. So it'll be about a 33-yard field goal. And the kick is away. And it's right down Main Street from 32. London does take the lead after the fumble. It's not the touchdown they may have wanted, but Zach Daggs is 3 of 3 on the day. And it's 9-7 London.
I just feel like again, it's still okay to do this, but I just feel like eventually, not scoring touchdowns is going to come back to bite them.
Daggs has the ball on the tee again at the 30-yard line, and it's in the air. And let's see if Simpson has a better return this time. He ain't spinning for nothing, but the stiff arm gets him nowhere. 19-yard line is where he'll stay. Great kick coverage by London.
At some point, they're probably going to have to decide to either change the the return man or just tell him to slide like a quarterback, because at this point he's getting destroyed.
Empty set. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and a tight end for Caswell from their own 19-yard line. Caswell throws short over the middle. That pass is complete to Mike Daggs. The tight end, he gets up near the first down marker. He'll gain 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1 at the 29-yard line. We look at the quarterback comparison. Caswell has the touchdown, but he's right now about 40 yards behind Martin in the passing yards department. And I think a couple of big plays by London have helped that along. Offset eye with a receiver each side on 2nd down and 1 from the 29-yard line. Crowding the line is the London Knights. Ash Odom gets the ball off the right side. He'll easily pick up the first down. And a couple more yards to boot. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line coming up. Under 9 minutes to go in the half. It's a 2-point lead for the Knights. Two to the right, 1 to the left. Quick snap. Odom up the middle, swims by 1 tackler, but he could not get away from Kane Vasquez, the safety, who came up to make the stop. 2nd down and 7 coming up after the 3-yard gain. Other games going on right now in the Simulation Football League. We've got Queen City and London right now, right here on this channel. Tulsa and Indianapolis, 2 playoff teams going at it, with Colin and Rick Northup on the call. And Houston and Dallas, that's a playoff team in Houston and a non-playoff team in Dallas, locking horns in a Texas duel. As Odom gets the handoff and gets the left side, and he could go. He's got speed, and he gets up near the 40-yard line, passed it up to the 42.
I've got to really say that Vasquez has been doing pretty well in this game. But let's talk about Odom for a second. Look at this. Look at how great this run was. Look at the vision to make the cut. If it wasn't for Vasquez just saving the Knights right there, we could have been talking about a score.
And he got caught up a little bit on his own blocker, or he might have gone anyway. 1st down and 10 across the 50 to the 42 of London. Pitch to Odom off the left side, and he's going to run left side, and he could still go. And he's going to get a 1st down up to the 31-yard line. We apologize for the bit of a technical issues we're having. It is on our end. We're working to fix it. Please be patient. And we're going to do the best we can with what we've got so far. 1st down and 10 from the 31 of the Knights for the Corsairs. Offset eye, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Hand off Odom up the middle, and he'll gain no yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 coming up. Today at 2 p.m., maybe the most important game of the season, regular season that is coming up with Cameron Irvine and Stephen Mullinax on Twitch.tv. That's Atlanta and Mexico City. We'll get you to the reasons why that game is important. As the throw to the far side is caught. 10-5, breaking through tackles is Memphis Blue, and he's got down to the 3-yard line.
You know, for all the players on defense that London does have, sometimes it's just a matchup nightmare that you can't help. And Memphis Blue is one of those nightmares. And you can't wake up from that. 37, you alright? You okay, bro?
Well, that was just a fantastic dual route run by Blue and Curtis as they crisscrossed, changed defenders, which allowed a window to open. And Caswell found him down the sideline. First and goal now from the 3. Queen City looking to take back the lead here with 6:18 to go in the first half. Snap to him and look to throw to the corner of the end zone. And caught, and did he get in? Yes, he did. Chris Curtis put it on the board. He stretched the ball over the pylon, and Queen City takes back the lead.
And this is what I mean by when you have to start scoring and you don't, things like this happen when the other team starts to score. And let's not take it away from the route, because that was a beautiful route, got separation. They've been getting separation all day. But here,
I'm honestly surprised that London didn't challenge that. The ball was in his left hand when his right hand was over the line. That was close. Looks like they're not going to challenge it, but it was pretty close. But that's water under bridge now, as the extra point is up and good from Ricky Matthews. And with 6:13 to go in the first half, Queen City 14, London 9. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube.
There have been some strange non-decisions by teams of late. There's one time where in a previous game a couple weeks ago there was a catch where we believed it hit the ground and they did not challenge it.
Gags with the moves up past the 30. Sorry to cut you off there, Curtis, but he was dancing. And he got the ball to the 33-yard line.
Well, sometimes football moves work out, but I don't know. Well, just going back to... I'll get back to this in a moment.
I'm being told in chat by Chris Curtis that Joe Simpson actually caught that touchdown instead of Curtis. I didn't see it on my end, but I'll go with the chat on this one. And a flare out to the backfield. It gets a loss of 1 as Spencer Meyer couldn't go anywhere as he was swarmed by 3 defenders.
And this is going to be a crucial drive for London. You can't keep getting 3. You're still going to be behind. You're running out of time in this half, and you got to come out of this with drive of something.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. 4 down linemen for Queen City. Martin back to pass, throws short over the middle to Jones, and Jones will grab 3. No, sorry, that's, again, 41 and 21 messing me up again. That's Ballmer, who caught the long pass that almost was a touchdown on their last drive.
I think they're putting more faith in him in this game because he's usually employed as a blocking tight end, but he's been
working quickly. Here's Martin back to pass over the middle to the first down, and oh, there was no red shirts in the vicinity of that pass, and Avery King knocked it away.
Martin's been making some strange decisions on offense so far in this game. It's been really hurting them. This is another one where he throws it right into the sea of Corsairs. So at one point, this is going to be taken away from him.
Michael Point on for his second punt of the day. His first one was fantastic, pinning the Queen City Corsairs at their own 5-yard line. This time he's just going to try and kick this as far as possible. From his own 25, the punt is away. Caught at the other 25, so a good punt distance and up to the 28, returned by Simpson. And if Simpson did catch that previous touchdown, it almost atones for some of the mistakes he's been making in this first half. First down and 10 for Queen City, going right to left across your radio dial. 1 receiver each side, and a handoff goes to Odom, and he's got a big hole up the right side. Straight down the middle and powering through the defense up towards the first down marker, and they'll give it to him. A gain of 10, first down at the 39-yard line.
Here we just have Odom again, understanding what the defense is doing, and look at the holes he's been getting all game. They're having a hard time bringing him down.
Can I talk about the split-second reaction that Odom had to have to duck around that arm tackle?
Oh, that was just beautiful.
Fantastic. First down and 10 for Queen City. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And A.J. Caswell in the shotgun. He'll go back to pass, jips it over the middle. That pass is complete and working down, and they're not going to give him the first down this time. It'll be a 9-yard gain. Pass complete to Mike Daggs over the middle.
And we haven't heard from him this game so far, but he's a pivotal part of their offense, and he can make plays like that. Right over the middle, right over Shady there.
I'm surprised they haven't really gone to him in short yardage situations as much as they have in previous games this season. Same formation as the previous play on 2nd down and 1, 3:57 to go first half. Oh, here comes the rush. Avoids it and fires downfield to Memphis Blue. Avoids the tackler who's running the wrong way a little bit, but will still pick up the first down across midfield to the London 43-yard line.
Well, that's one of those times where the play just had to be saved somehow, some way. He was just trying to make sure he was in a position where he could safely down himself.
2 receivers each side and 1 in the backfield. Caswell under center. First down and 10. Caswell back to pass. Pocket collapsing. He gets the ball out there. And there goes Joe Simpson again, dropping a pass he should have caught.
It's just at this point where you're probably going to have to just go back to Daggs and just keep going at Daggs, because sometimes it's like a pickup game. You just see this guy who can't catch, you just don't throw to him anymore.
2nd down and 10. They're going to keep this formation that they've employed for the last couple of plays. Handoff, Odom up the middle. He's got a land. He's got a first down. 10 yards and a first down to the London 32-yard line. There's been some beautiful off-tackle runs by Odom in this game.
And let's just look at this again. There's only enough vision. There's only enough of a gap to go through. And he just has this wonderful vision to just find it every time.
3 minutes to go first half, coming up to that 2-minute warning. First down and 10 for Queen City from the London 32-yard line. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 backs behind a shotgun A.J. Caswell. Only 3 down linemen, but they'll send 4. Pressure coming, hit as he throws, cross the middle, caught! 10, 5, put it on the board, touchdown, Queen City Corsairs. You said go back to Mike Daggs, A.J. Caswell was listening to you.
And how? Look at this. Let's look at Daggs. You see, maybe their whole idea was like, maybe if we keep throwing to this one guy, they'll forget about who we actually should be throwing to. And there was nobody around him, and it's a touchdown.
I think that play was a perfect example of the pocket presence of a veteran QB versus a rookie QB. We've seen Martin all game long dancing around in the pocket at the slightest pressure, rolling left, rolling right. A.J. Caswell stands there calmly in the pocket, throws down the field, takes a hard hit for his troubles, but gets 6 points out of it. And now 7, as the extra point is good from Ricky Matthews.
And that was the other thing to really praise about this play, is that he actually saw, this is when you're supposed to move as a quarterback, when there's actual pressure and you know you have a man downfield to go to.
London now down again. They've come back twice in this game so far. Let's see if they can do it before the half. 2:46 remaining as the kick is on the way. Daggs takes him to the 10-yard line, running up to the 20, 25, and gets to the 28-yard line before he's brought down by a couple of Queen City defenders.
And now this is really one of those drives where London cannot settle for 3 anymore.
Thank you for the kind words in the chat, James Klein 16. My name is Michael Truilo, and I'm in my 2nd season doing play-by-play for the SFL. 2 to the left and 1 to the right. First down and 10 for London. Martin drops back, has all the time in the world, hit as he throws, gets the pass out there, and it's caught. First down at the sideline, far side. Catch made by Godspeed, and he'll pick up a first down and get out of bounds.
And these are the sort of plays Martin needs to make here. Look, he's actually saw pressure and still got it to his receivers. That's what he needs to do instead of like jumping around all over the place.
Maybe he saw AJ Caswell, all that impressive touchdown throw, and says, I can do that too. Same formation on 1st down and 10 now from the London 43-yard line, going left to right in the burgundy and white. On home field for the last time this season. Oh, ducks to avoid the pressure. Throws downfield. Wide open. 5. Touchdown. London Knights. Giacomo Jones.
Whatever you could do, I could do better, says Martin on this one. Ducks pressure and throws to his own open man. And here's Giacomo Jones with the burners. Wide open. Coverage gone, and there was no catching him anymore. That's it.
I mentioned it earlier about the corner blitz, and it didn't hurt. And it didn't hurt Queen City the first time, but this time, it hurt him.
And they left definitely the worst man on London to leave open. Godspeed has speed in his name for a reason.
And if you have non-contract corners, they're only there basically to get the bump at the beginning of the route and then let the safeties handle it. If you don't get that bump, the safeties can't turn and burn that fast with the receivers that London has. And we talked about this at the top of the broadcast. They have some of the most talented receivers in the league despite their record.
You just can't leave them on an island by themselves and expect greatness with what you do have in terms of personnel. You're going to get torched every time, and they did on that one.
Queen City still has the lead 21-16 as the Simpson returns that one up to the 23-yard line of Queen City. 2:10 to go in the first half. But go ahead.
To continue on with my point, it's just you have to understand the personnel that you have and set your defense accordingly.
Haven't heard much from the defensive captain, Slyn Shady, the linebacker. Maybe he's made one tackle today, early on. Caswell back to pass, moves to avoid the pressure. Hit as he throws, gets the ball out there, and he threw it into the bench because the pocket was collapsing fast. And Brian Cowart, another player we haven't really mentioned yet, the defensive end, got a hand on him.
Well, this is what you're going to have to do as a quarterback. Sometimes the play is going to break down, and all you can do is throw it away. And sometimes throwing it away is the safest play.
2nd down and 10, 2 to the left and 1 to the right, 2 in the backfield. 4 down linemen with 2 linebackers and a handoff to Odom, and they read it all the way. Not going anywhere as he's gang tackled after only a gain of 1 yard. And 23, Donnie Mack was there. 37, Henry Tudor was there. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. We've got a close one here in Queensway in London. It's the Queen City Corsairs 21, the London Knights 16. This is the Simulation Football League's 10th anniversary season, presented by APM Music. Stay with us. Four wide on 3rd and 9 for Queen City. 2 minutes to go. From their own 24-yard line, Caswell back to pass. Throws down the field. He's got a man there. It's Chris Curtis. And Curtis gets up to the 49-yard line across midfield.
And this game right here is just a showcase of play calling. Because here again, you leave a great receiver on an island by himself, and he just does what he needs to do. Like, you can't just keep doing that.
And Kane Vasquez, who was the safety on him, has had a great game so far. You just can't deal with that on your own. And as Odom takes the ball and he's pounded through all the defenders, gets 8 yards up to the 42-yard line. Clock continues to run 1:21 and counting to go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Queen City is also waiting on the time of possession, and they're getting tired out there, so.
One receiver each side. Hand off Odom on 2nd down and 2. He's got a 1st down and more up to the London 37-yard line. That's a gain of 5. They'll go up tempo now. As the clock runs under a minute, Caswell back to pass. Pressure coming, and he's going to escape one sack, but not the second one. As down he goes back at the 41-yard line. Second down and 14 now coming. They've got timeouts. I don't know why they're not using them. 43 seconds and counting in the first half. They'll go up tempo again. Second down and 14. Caswell short drop in the flat to Odom. He's got some room to work with, and he's going to be tackled down at the 33-yard line. And now a timeout comes out for the Corsairs.
So perhaps the reason they didn't use the timeout is maybe they saw something on the defense they thought they could exploit, but with that play going to the check down, that was incorrect.
I think that the most tired group of players out there right now is the Queen City O-line, because you've been seeing more and more pressure on Caswell earlier and earlier in plays as this half has gone on. Here's Caswell again on third down, and 6 goes to the outside to Curtis, and Curtis is going to pick up a first down before he gets out at the 26-yard line.
And that's just an absolute shame there, because if he had just stayed in bounds, he would have been putting them in a great position.
Queen City continues to move. Curtis did step out after that last play. Clock stopped at 31 seconds to go. From the London 26-yard line, empty set on first down. Caswell back to pass pressure, coming and down he goes! They brought the house, and the house fell on Caswell.
And this is what you would usually say, oh, it's Zach Small just bringing down the hatchet here, just bull rushing his way through. Look at him slicing through and cutting him down.
And that's what happens when you've got a tired O-line and you send all of your linebackers at once.
It's like you would usually say. I guess the O-line went out to lunch.
Yeah, I haven't used that one yet today. You beat me to it. 2 receivers each side, Caswell under center. Second down and 17 from the London 33. AJ will change the play at the line with 28 seconds to go first half. They get the play off, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Caswell steps up, throws, complete over the middle, and down. A gain of 9. It's going to be third down and 5. 20 seconds to go. Instead of burning their final timeout, they'll go up tempo. Caswell short drop. Throws over the middle on the hook route. That's complete. Inside the 10-yard line of the 8. And now the final timeout from Queen City is used.
Here we just see AJ Caswell understanding what he needs to do on every play. So far, as long as he's, not hitting turf, he can handle the pressure.
And talk about the resiliency of this Queen City offense. This has been a long drive. They're tired. And how many times have they been in second or third and super long? 14, 12, 17. And with only 10 seconds they're going to go. They're going to go to Ricky Matthews and try and just eke out a 25-yard field goal here. A little bit of a slow developing kick, but it's on the way and right down Main Street from 25 yards. So with 7 seconds to go first half, it's Queen City 24, London 16. What do you think about that decision there?
I understand it, because you would only have really two. Now that you no longer have timeouts, you really only have maybe a play or two, and it would be better to go into the half with points than not being able to get any points at all. I know it's questionable for most, but I think it's okay.
And of course, you do make it a one-possession game, but a 8-point lead in a one-possession game, as Jeffrey Daggs takes this one up to the 29-yard line of London. 3 seconds to go, and I think they're just gonna kneel it and head to the locker room. They could go for a Hail Mary play here. We'll see what formation they decide to come out in. They're gonna look, it's gonna be a heavier set, so it looks like they're just gonna run it. Nope, they're gonna throw. Time out of the clock. Down the field, incomplete, knocked away by Nacho Sicario, and that'll be the half. Levant Mercer, thoughts on the first half as we go to the break?
I think this is a bit of a... I think this exemplifies why you cannot continue to start slow in this league, because teams here are known to come back, and Queen City has done the most to come back in this game. And I was correct. They are in the lead of time of possession, and they are doing what they need to do with the time. Every time they get the ball, they seem to score now. And
Thank you. Thank you for your input, Levant. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back to Queensway in London, England. Final game of regular season for the London Knights. And they're currently down 24-16 against the Queen City Corsairs. Michael Truilo, I'm your play-by-play commentator, joined in the booth today by Levant Mercer, who I unceremoniously cut off there at the end of the first half. I will let you continue your point.
Well, the second point of the matter in the first half that I want to bring up is coverages, and I think both teams need to understand the personnel that they have and their matchups, and in the second half, hopefully the adjustments they've made help them progress in this game.
Joe Simpson with the spin move returns it up to the Queen City 24. The Corsairs get the ball to begin the second half. This game is important for Queen City's playoff scenario. I'll get you that after this play with 3 receivers left and none to the right. It'll be a handoff to Odom up the middle. He'll barrel through for 4 yards. And that is how the second half begins. Playoff scenarios that are applied to this game, if Queen City wins, they automatically clinch a spot in the quarterfinals as the East's number 2 seed. Placement in the top 6 determined by the other games. If they lose this game, the winner of the Atlanta-Mexico City game will be the East's number 2 seed, get a bye into the quarterfinals, as Odom takes it right side, stretches toward the first down marker, won't get there. He's got up to 115 yards today. Odom has been one of the more impressive characters on offense for either team. 3rd down and 1 upcoming. And Queen City would have to go through the dreaded wild card Wednesday. Corsairs are already in the playoffs no matter what happens today or in any other game. London at 3-7 is out. Run off the left side and not going to get there. Ash Odom fails to get a first down conversion. Probably for the first time this game, he's brought down by Jeffrey Daggs up from the free safety spot. I did misspeak there a second ago. I said London was 3-7. They are 3-8 and out of the playoff race. So Mickey Matthews on to punt it away from just shy of his own 20-yard line. Kick on the way. Jeffrey Dagg stands back at his own 30, receives the kick, and gets 3 yards from there. It'll be first down for London at the 33-yard line. And back on your point about starting fast, Levant, I think London's got to start fast in this half because the Queen City machine got rolling there at the end of the first.
And it was like, initially I was okay with them just getting points on every drive, but as soon as Queen City started waking up, they need to score now.
2 to the left, 1 to the right, 2 in the backfield with Martin on first down and 10 from the 33. Martin to throw, rolls left, hit as he throws, goes down the sideline and incomplete. The pass was intended for Giacomo Jones. He was well covered out there. And it's going to be second down and 10.
That's just one of those plays where you just really had to throw the ball away. And when the way he did it, still probably left the ball at risk.
We've seen the defenses get after the quarterback here as this game has gone on. We saw it a lot with A.J. Caswell not being able to throw. Martin's been dancing around in the pocket all game. Martin now throws short, has a man complete over the middle, 5-yard pickup. And we're just trying to see who made the catch. And that was Godspeed on the reception.
It seems as if they were also shifted the playbooks to a little. They're starting to go shorter and shorter. It's probably because of his movement in the pocket.
Offset I, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Queen City looks like they could be bringing the pressure here. Up the middle, a run to Meyer, and Meyer gets nothing. He even loses a yard. 4th down and 4 coming up, and it's 2 3-and-outs for each team.
I just feel like when you're behind by this much and you have considerable amount of time, why would you run the ball and lose some of... You're already losing the time of possession. Why would you... I don't understand this.
Michael Point on to punt it away from just shy of his own 25-yard line. Joe Simpson back to receive. Kick is away. It'll be caught at the 25 and down at the 28. And after that fumble in the first half, we've seen Joe Simpson be very careful with the football, especially on returns.
And that's understandable because you don't ever want to make the same mistake twice. You can make it once and you can come back from it, but never make it twice.
First down and 10 for Queen City, leading 24-16 with 8:08 to go in the third quarter. Caswell down the middle. He's got a man complete up to midfield. Chris Curtis made the catch. Mike Daggs appeared to be injured on the play. I don't know where he was in the field of play. I couldn't tell from the replay either.
It would have appeared to me that maybe he pulled something running on the play because he wasn't involved in on the side that we were looking at.
Well, we'll try and see. We got an injury report here in a minute. For now, it's first down and 10 for Queen City right at midfield, going left to right, wearing white jerseys, black helmets, and black pants with green socks today. Caswell back to pass. Caswell time in the pocket. He steps up, he throws short over the middle into traffic, and the ball hits the turf. It was intended for Chris Curtis, but it was guarded well by Slyn Shady, among others.
And that there's just still great pocket presence there, but I think just the fact that he knew he was about to get hit kind of had him throw up a duck that time. And really risky one there.
2 to the left and 1 to the right now. With Odom in the backfield and Caswell under center, he'll hand it off to Odom running left side. A block coming. Oh, that last blocker didn't get there, and Odom only got 4 yards, and he's a little slow to get up.
And this is just a bit of an issue that some people have when they watch him, is you will not wait for his blockers. And, you know, it's something that's a fundamental thing that running back should do, and he just doesn't.
Look at the London defense here. Everybody up, crowd of the line of scrimmage on 3rd down and 6. Empty set for Caswell with 2 to each side. Back to pass, pressure coming. He gets the pass away, and it's incomplete. A diving attempt was made by Joe Simpson. Slyn Shady was there to prevent the ball from being caught. And it's not a 3-and-out, but another empty possession for Queen City.
And we haven't heard a lot from Shady today, but the plays that he does get involved in, he's been making some major plays.
Now Matthews looking to pin the London offense deep in their own zone here. Kicks away from just past his own 40-yard line, bounces inside the 10, and that's just going to roll into the end zone. Yes, it is.
I felt as if they would have just walked up on it instead of slide into it, maybe they would have had it on the 1, but oh well.
There is such a thing as out-punting your kick coverage, though, and I think that was it a little bit. It bounced too close to the end zone. Maybe if he had placed it a little closer to the 15, they might have had better luck. But water under bridge for that. It's first down and 10 from the 20-yard line for London, when burgundy jerseys, white helmets, white pants going right to left, and Meyer up the middle with a spin move. He gets tackled after a gain of 6 yards at the 26.
It's not a phrase you hear very often, but yes, it would be out kicking the coverage.
We haven't really seen much from Spencer Meyer today, although he is not really the focus of this offense. He's been up and down, as now on 2nd down and 4. London will go to him again up the middle, and he gets nothing as the O-line fails to defend against the run blitz. Mike Dagg's only you called it a leg cramp on the previous drive. He might return later on in the game. Third down and 5 now. 2 to the left and 1 to the right, and 2 in the backfield alongside shotgun Michael Barton. 4 down linemen for Queen City. Here they come. Barton hit as he throws out to the outside. It's tipped and incomplete. Great route undercut there by Mick Weimer. We've called his name a couple of times today, the corner.
And you can see here, I mean, maybe they were getting tired of being made fun of all game, because they are now stepping up and making the plays they need to. Look at it. He knew where the receiver was, so he knew exactly where to be and where to go to cut it off.
Shout out Scott LaRue, Tyler Aufhammer, Chris Braun, James Klein, Ashley Odom, Marel Curtis, Nacho Sicario, and Ashley Odom, and everybody else tuning in on the SFL Network on YouTube. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon in SFL land. From just outside the 40 up to the 45 goes Simpson on the return. And now we've been seeing empty possessions from both teams, but the field position is favoring Queen City the last couple of drives.
And that could be a hidden factor, that eventually the field shifts so much that they start getting it in at least field goal range eventually.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Odom behind and under center. A.J. Caswell, first down. 6 minutes, 1 second to go, third quarter. Caswell to Odom. Oh! Odom took a shot behind the line of scrimmage from Slim Shady. He said, oh no, that is William Wales, the linebacker, the other linebacker, coming up and making the play. He's had 2 big hits on Odom this game.
Yeah, the Welsh Dragon, they call him.
Now empty set on second down at 11. Caswell under center retrieves the snap back to pass. Throws it down over the middle of the far side. And it is caught but out of bounds by Simpson. Couldn't keep the feet in, and it's third down at 11.
And it's another commedia de errore for him today. He's just not been in sync with anything.
He does have a touchdown on the day. And even that one was a little dubious with the spot of the ball. Empty set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Caswell in the shotgun on third down at 11. Got to get past the 45 of London. They're going to rifle it down the middle. Complete. Caswell put all of his arm strength behind that one, and the receiver could not catch up to it.
Sometimes bullet passes tend to be a little too fast for everyone, and right there you've seen it. We're having a bit of an issue. I will handle it in a moment.
Yeah, we are having a little bit of a stream issue. Please bear with us. We'll get you back to live action as soon as possible. It was a punt upcoming from Matthews. returned by Dags. We don't know where it landed because we obviously don't have picture as well. As we've paused here, Levant, what does London need to do to get back into this game and kind of break down this Queen City defense?
Martin is going to have to... Oh, hold on.
Yeah, we are back to live. I'll let you finish that point after this play. As it's a handoff to Meyer. Meyer up the middle. Spin move only gets him 2 yards.
Martin is going to have to shake the cobwebs. He's going to have to start opening up the playbook again. He's going to have to just stay calm back there and understand that he's the commander of the offense and he needs to lead the charge.
So after the little bit of a technological hiccup, it's 2nd down and 8 from the London 26-yard line. Meyer again up the middle. This time he gets 2 more. 3rd down and 6 coming up from the 27.
And this brings to me an issue I've seen fundamentally with London sometimes, is that they don't have much of a comeback game and they keep to their system.
They played a really close game against Carolina last week, falling 28-26. Martin over the middle, complete in traffic, up to the 40-yard line. Great catch out there by John Smith. That's a fullback out of the backfield catching a pass. How often do you see that in this league?
Well, unless you're watching San Francisco, not much.
Fair point. 1st down and 10 for the London Knights. I think that's their first down of the second half, and we're 3:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Offset I, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Here's a handoff to Meyer up the middle. Nowhere to go as the run defense of Queen City is swarming to the ball. Pickup of 1 on the play. Tackle made by Alex Cross.
It's a little unfortunate because he's becoming more and more utilized later on. I mean, later in this game. The later this game goes, the more time comes off. You're just gonna have to put the ball back in Martin's hand.
Offset I, same formation as the last play with the wide receivers. Here's another run for Meyer. Spin move gets him past the first level, but the linebackers will conspire to bring him down after a gain of 6 yards. 3rd down and 3 coming up. 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And they've just been pounding the rock here. Down by 8. 3rd down now. They got to go to the air. Because with the way it's been going, they're not going to get the 1st down on the ground. Changes the play at the line does Martin. Martin goes to the short out route. Said, oh, he couldn't stay in bounds. Andre Godspeed could not put the foot down, and it's going to be 4th down and 3.
I want to say that was a bit of a communication error. Maybe that was the route that was changed. Oh, they're challenging it.
They're going to challenge it. It was too fast for me to see in real time. Let's see what the replay shows. And this is really important because London, if this goes through and they do get the 1st down, can get a lot of momentum off of it. Make a comeback here. As we see the coaches on your screen waiting. Now, you couldn't really see his feet from the angle we were presented. But obviously the refs have more angles than we do.
After review, the pass has been ruled complete. The catch was made.
And it's going to be a catch. London is going to get a 1st down after the challenge by Liam Crowder, the head coach. Well challenged, and London continues the drive. First down and 10, just past midfield at the 49-yard line. Martin in the shotgun with 2 backs behind him and 3 receivers. Oh, under pressure, and down he goes! Sacked by 53. That's Jeff Duffy. I have to remember Jeff Duffy had a number change partway through the season, so he is not 53 on my roster. But Jeff Duffy, screaming off the edge, makes the sack. 2nd down and 18 coming up. They'll keep the same formation, but move Martin under center. Short throw into the teeth of the defense, but it's somehow caught by Jones. What?
Hey, that's what we like. That's a stealth receiver right there. He's got assassin-like hands there because nobody saw him. Nobody knew he was there.
I'm not sure what happened there. I don't think I've ever seen that. It looked like he threw it straight down into the ground, but Giacomo Jones was able to pick up 9 yards. It's now 3rd down and 9 from the 48. Got to get past the 39 for a first. Meyer back to pass. He'll step up in the pocket, throws towards the marker, and it's got a first down. Giacomo Jones, 2 big plays in a row to move the sticks from 2nd and 18 to a 1st and 10.
Maybe it's at the point that, oh, let's look at Jones again. Look at this. Look at the presence by Martin and to shovel it in there.
Martin has been moving a lot of the pocket today, but mostly to his detriment, but sometimes he does some good things with it, as on that play. 2 to the right, 0 to the left in an I formation. Martin's short drop throws in the flat to Meyer. Meyer's spin move gets him past the first would-be tackler. Avery King just looked silly on that play, gain of 6 yards.
Now see, and that's the right time to use it. Open field, 1 man to beat. Coming off the opposite side. You spin, he's going to aim where you were, and now you're somewhere where you're not.
2nd down and 4. This is probably the most impressive London drive of the game so far, as they'll keep the same formation from the last play. Martin changes the play at the line. This time he goes far side, falling down, catch is made. Out past the first down marker, Giacomo Jones has been the workhorse on the second half of this drive.
It's kind of like a game that we called a couple weeks ago. It was just like a falling down, spinning, tumbling, falling down catch there.
Well, that game was in the rain. They had an excuse. It's a bright sunny day out here in London. 1st down and 10, 27 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Handoff goes to Meyer, and Meyer gets stuffed in the hole by Zane Dottie, the safety, who's coming on the blitz. And Avery King was there as well.
So I think I'm starting to understand what they're doing. They're running the ball to give their short passes a little more of an opportunity to get the first down.
That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. Corsairs 24, Knights 16. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Stay with us. It's going to be a fantastic finish. They'll flip the field. London now going left to right. 2nd down and 9 from the Queen City 26-yard line. Hand off Meyer up the middle, breaking through arm tackles, gets up to the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, the 21-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5. And do you see another short out route coming here?
Maybe they'll surprise me and go deep just to catch Queen City's corner sleeping.
They got to get to the 15 to get a first down. 3rd and 5 from the 21-yard line. Meyer in the gun. He'll take the snap, throw to the far side of the out route, and it's incomplete. Andre Godspeed couldn't keep the feet in bounds, and I don't think that one was close enough to challenge.
No, that was very definitely out. I mean, the other routes that were run were deep. He didn't see anything. He just kept the out route as a safe check down and couldn't do it.
So now, for the 4th time today, Zach Daggs is coming out to kick a field goal. He's got a 45-yarder, an 18-yarder, a 35-yarder, and this one would be from about 40 as well. The kick is on the way, and it's right down Main Street from 38 yards. A big day for Zach Daggs. He's 4 for 4. It's a 5-point game now, 24-19.
There's still a chance, with now the deficit being cut down, that one score can change the entire complexity of this game.
It's going to be a fantastic finish, as I said before. If everybody in the chat could get one other person watching this game, we'd have a great audience for the end of the game. We'll get you some score updates presented by the ScoreStream app, SFL Scores at your fingertips as Simpson makes another spin move. He actually made a man miss this time before getting pummeled at the 23-yard line. Tulsa and Indianapolis are in the third quarter. The Red Devils lead the Desperados, who are looking not to drop 4 straight, 21-14. Houston and Dallas are in the fourth quarter. The Hyenas lead the Roughnecks 13-6, and this game is 24-19, 10:41 to go, fourth quarter. First and 10 for Queen City from their own 23-yard line. Caswell back to pass, and he survives the rush. He throws it out there, and it's caught by Chris Curtis at the 45-yard line. I thought for sure that the defense had A.J. Caswell dead to rights on that play, but he somehow escapes and throws a bullet out to Chris Curtis on the sideline.
I know we're looking at Kane Vasquez's hit, but what I really wanted to look back at in that play is the poise that this veteran quarterback that we're going to sorely miss has. He had great evasion there. Vision to see the pass. It's just amazing.
He was wearing that defender like a coat. And here's a handoff to Odom. He's got some room to run on the side, and he's going to be brought down from behind after a gain of 9 yards. Brought down by Eyal Rushanek, the defensive end. I think that's his first contribution stat-wise to the game today. But what can you say that hasn't already been said about the A.J. Caswell? He's been in this league a long time. I know he's retiring after this year, and he says, I want to go out with a bang. This is my last regular season game. Here's a handoff. Odom stuffed in the backfield and dropped. Nowhere to run that time as the defense read the up-the-middle run all the way. Tackle made by Charles Swan.
Other reports from the sidelines include that Simpson has been getting a little bit of some assistance on the sidelines. I'll report with that after this play.
Thank you, Levant. And third down and 1. Here's Odom. He squirts through for a first down. He found the hole and up to the London 40-yard line. Queen City barreling into London territory.
So Queen City, on whenever their defense is on the field, has been in contact with Simpson, trying to tell him what it is that he needs to do to get his mind back into the game.
He certainly is the black sheep of an otherwise good Queen City performance today. Throw out to the far side for Curtis. That pass is complete, 4-yard pickup, and he gets out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
And other news, Dags is still currently out. But they have been giving him rehydration treatment and even bringing him bananas to help him recover from his cramps.
I honestly think that, I don't know if Mike Daggs is needed for this game. I mean, they're in the playoffs anyway. You'd like to have a direct bye to the quarterfinals. But here's Caswell, throws into coverage, and it's incomplete. Knocked away by Henry Tudor. With Vasquez again.
On that play, it was more like he just had no one else to throw it to and had to just try to see if he could zip it in there. And he can, but not that time.
Third down and 6 now from the 37-yard line. Got to make it past the 30 for a first down. Caswell in the shotgun, back to throw. Down the middle on a curl route, complete. And do they get it? No! They do not give Memphis Blue the first down for forward progress. Slynn Shady made the tackle. And it's fourth down and 1 upcoming.
Well, that's the one issue with the comebacks or curl routes. Sometimes your initial step sometimes is towards the ball, which puts you away from the down marker.
They're lined up to go for it here on fourth down and 1. They are, I think, barely in field goal range in an offset I formation with one receiver each side. I don't think they're going to go for it now with 5 seconds remaining. I think they're looking for a jump. They're not going to get it. They're going to burn the timeout. And I mention this, Levant, every week. You must be sick and tired of hearing me say it. Why burn a timeout with 7:35 to go in a one-score game when you're in field goal range and you're just going to kick it on the next play anyway?
And you always have this one scene where the quarterback just gets yelled at. And I think it's probably, at this point, seeing it every time. I don't think it's a coach's call there.
But here comes Ricky Matthews. This is going to be a long attempt, nearly 50 yards, it looks like, to go back up by 8. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is on the way. And good! 48 yards! Ricky Matthews puts it right down Main Street, and it's 27-19.
And, you know, every week he's on double duty. He's also doing the kickoffs, doing the punts, doing the kicks. And it always amazes me how he can still remain so accurate when he gets down to do field goals, having to, you know, kick more than usual.
He's one of the only two-way players in the SFL that does kicking and punting, and he makes it work there. London's still within a score, but they're going to have to get the 2-point conversion now as well. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go as Dags returns this one out to the 27-yard line. And London is going to have to get a touchdown here shortly. I don't think they can go much longer without getting one and still have, you know, a thought of winning this game.
So here's a precarious situation. Because of the amount of points that they need to regain, they just need to score on this drive and save time.
Maybe look for a little bit more deep shots on first down. They'll swing it out to the check down, and Mayer gets him 8 yards off of what is usually a short yardage third or fourth read play. Broke through a couple of tackles and got a first down.
Well, if they're going to keep doing this, then he's going to need to break out for some long distance, like, individual plays.
He did not get out of bounds. Clock running, 17-16 and counting. Second down and 2 from the 35-yard line. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 2 in the backfield, and with Martin in the shotgun. Pressure coming off the backside. He gets the ball away, and the man is free out there. Up to the 50 and the 49-yard line across midfield. Andre Godspeed makes the catch. He hasn't made a big catch in a while, but he gets a first down for the Knights.
And here we have him just absolutely demolish this. Look at, get off me. Grab, turn. Wait, I see you there. Oh, I just want to hit. I want to see him hit him with the stiff arm. It didn't matter, but it was still, you know, impressive.
That was Mick Weimer. We've called his name a couple of times tonight. Or this afternoon, rather. First down and 10 past the 50 to the 49 of Queen City. Martin back to throw. Good pocket throws short to the near side for for the tight end. Balmer. Balmer picks up 2 yards and stays in bounds.
They've been introducing Balmer more into this offense because maybe they're starting to plan to pass the ball more. They're blocking the tight end, you know, to break holes open for Mayer.
Second down and 8. I formation with 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Hand off, Meyer up the middle, got a hole, and he's got 7 yards. Third down and 3 coming up from the Queen City 42-yard line. Score updates for you from around the league, brought to you by the Score Stream app, SFL action and more at your fingertips. Download it at the iOS or Google Play Store today. Tulsa still trails Indianapolis 21-17 in the third quarter. Houston leads Dallas, but it's closer, 16-13, as a first down throw over the middle. Another good catch for Balmer. This time picks up about 8 yards and a first down to the 33.
As I was just trying to say earlier, I feel as though his reintroduction into the offense makes me believe they're going to start passing a whole lot more.
You're probably right there. We'll keep an eye on those other 2 games for you throughout the remainder of this broadcast. 5:21 to go. And a short check down to Meyer. Meyer's running the wrong way. He's going to lose a lot of yards.
And
oh boy.
He got up, but it just doesn't look as if they have the sense of urgency I would expect from a team down this much.
That was not Meyer on that catch. That was John Smith, the fullback. We've seen him before making a good downfield catch out of the backfield, and it looked like there Martin just kind of left him out to dry. Second down and 13 now. Martin stands in the pocket, plenty of time to throw, rifles one down the middle, and it's picked off in one-on-one coverage. Brilliant individual play from Phoenix Blue. Safety wins that battle, and it's a takeaway for Queen City.
This is one of the things Queen City has these safeties for. When they're left, and look at that perfect coverage on Godspeed, ahead of the receiver, has the quarterback read perfectly. But these are the things that these safeties are contracted to do. Be the last line of defense.
Martin had all day to throw that ball and still threw it in a tight one-on-one coverage. Let's see if Queen City can apply the pressure here. Ash showed him up the middle 4 yards, up to the 25-yard line. And if they can string a couple of first downs together here, I think that might do it.
Yeah, that has been the theme of this game. It's just Queen City getting one more first down than London.
Offset I, one receiver each side on 2nd down and 6. Caswell under center. Hands it off to Odom. Odom trying to weave his way through the defense. Gets 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3 from the Queen City 28 coming up. Clock ticking down. 4 minutes to go and counting. We got our first final of the afternoon. The Houston Hyenas have defeated the Dallas Roughnecks, who had a valiant comeback opportunity, but they fall 16-13, which ends a tough season down there in the Lone Star State for Dallas. 3rd down and 3. Offset I the other way. Odom, strong side run. 1st down and more. Up to the 40-yard line. They'll spot him just short of that of the 39. Great tackle made there by Kane Vasquez, who's been the best player by far on this London defense tonight.
And here we just continue to see Ash Odom's wonderful vision. There was not really that big of a hole to run through, and he still made it work, cut away, and got the 1st down.
1st down coming up. Queen City moves the chains again. Clock moving down. 3:10 to go and counting. Caswell under center with 2 backs behind him. They'll be looking for a strong side run with Odom here. Works the clock all the way down to 3 seconds. They snap it up the middle, goes Odom, and he gets 5 yards. I want to take a minute to talk about the game coming up at 2 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's the game of the week on Twitch.tv. Atlanta at Mexico City. Cameron Irvine and Stephen Mullinax have the call. That is such an important game because OKC is the last bubble team with a shot at the playoffs. If Atlanta wins that game, they secure a playoff berth. As the clock goes down to 2 seconds, Odom gets it again. 1st down and more. Past midfield, dragging defenders with him all the way up to the London 45-yard line. 15-yard pickup and a 1st down.
And here we might have just sealed London's fate, because Ash Odom seems like he can just run forever and run the clock all the way down.
Every run with Ash Odom hammering that nail into the coffin a little bit farther. And we've reached the 2-minute warning here from Queensway. London down 8, Queen City with the ball and milking the clock. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. We welcome in everybody watching us who's coming over from the other games that are just about ending now. We thank you for being here to see the end of this game. 27-19, handoff, Odom, 3 yards, and a timeout by London there first.
And now this is a time where you need to figure out how to use your resources. You have timeouts remaining, and you have to find a way to get the ball back. And Casper does not look like he's going to do that. Neither does Odom.
It just looks like they're going to pound the ball with Odom all day long. 2nd down and 7. Trips to the right and none to the left. And they're going to run it with Odom right up the middle into the teeth of the defense. Gains 1 yard. 2nd timeout by London.
So this is the time
No, go ahead.
This is the time where London needs to really buckle down and just tell themselves, we need a stop here or we cannot win this game.
back to the Atlanta and Mexico City game, it's so huge because Oklahoma City has been one of the longest tenured teams in the SFL. Oh no, it's getting worse. An offside call and a long run for Odom with 1:50 to go and one timeout. That might just do it.
You gotta pick your poison there.
And the clock's gonna stop because of the penalty.
And that's like the only positive out of it was the clock stopping.
But as I said, Oklahoma City's been in the league so long. They've had a really long playoff drought. They've been kind of maligned the past couple of seasons. They've had a really great run towards the end of the year after starting kind of slow. And we are in the best formation in football, the victory formation, coming out as the final timeout is used by London, and that will do it, as we're just going to let the final 1:48 tick off the clock in the next couple of plays.
Well, if they knew that they had a timeout left, you're trying to coax the timeout out, I would have just continued just running it. I trust Odom enough.
I don't know. I think the clock does work in their favor here. Another kneel coming out. The clock will run. No timeouts for London. Let's run you through the rest of the Week 12 schedule. We've got the games going on right now. One of them done. Our game just about done. Indianapolis leads Tulsa by 1 point. It's 21-20 in the fourth quarter. Tulsa trying to avoid limping into the playoffs. Yesterday, Alaska beat Vancouver 30-16. San Francisco beat San Antonio 27-14. Oklahoma City beat St. Louis 26-24 to keep their playoff hopes alive. Today, we've talked about it a lot. Coming up at 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern, Atlanta and Mexico City, with Kevin Irvine and Stephen Mullinax on the call. That's your game of the week to decide the final playoff team. Will it be Oklahoma City or will it be Atlanta? Now, and then tomorrow, 3 p.m. on YouTube, we've got a duo of games, Chicago and Sioux Falls and Carolina at Tallahassee. Both of those games are important for seeding. Ricky Matthews out to punt the ball one last time. He stands just inside of London territory, still on the logo. He'll kick it away from the 45-yard line. It's angling down. It'll bounce inside the 10 and go out of bounds at the 5-yard line. A fantastic kick for Ricky Matthews.
And I think you might as well just have called that one definitely the coffin corner, because this game is about done.
24 seconds, no timeouts. London does have the ball back. And crazier things have happened. Crazier things have happened this season. But I don't think anything this crazy. From his own end zone, hit as he throws, and down goes Martin.
I almost want to say that the danger here is maybe they get more points. A safety.
Big play, Jeff Duffy. As at least they counted it as an incomplete pass and not a safety or the clock keeps running. And it looks like the London Knights have kind of resigned to their fate. They're going to I formation it. Short drop for Martin. Throws to the near side for Jones. He'll stay in bounds. 13 seconds to go. And it looks like London, after starting so promisingly as they spiked the ball with 7 seconds to go, after starting so promisingly this season with 3 wins in their first 4 games, they will have dropped 8 straight to end the year. And not how you want to start is your first year in the league. They do have next season to look forward to, as we all are. But, Levant, a few words on the London Knights inaugural campaign.
I want to say that maybe they started out hot, and then teams started finding out that if you try to match them, you don't necessarily win the game. So what teams have started to find out about them is if you just play your game and don't worry about what London tries to do, you tend to win more times than not. Like, for instance, Queen City knows London likes to play a very conservative West Coast sort of game, and the thing is, it's just if you don't change things up throughout the season and you try to stay as rigid as you are, you just don't do well in an ever-changing league like the SFL. And let's hope they do better next season.
Final play of the game, 2 seconds to go. They did get a first down through Jones on their last play. Back to pass, over the middle, incomplete, and the clock hits 0. That'll do it from Queensway here in London, England. The Corsairs 27, the Knights 19. Levant, final thoughts on today's game.
And here's just a tale of knowing what to do with the time that you have. Queen City had just pounded the rock all game, has just been going through, just showing London what it is to actually be in the playoffs. Like, this is a team that they should aspire to, like, be in a couple seasons. I really hope London, like, learns from this experience and progresses as a team coming next season, because I think here again it's just an exemplification of a system that may not have been working. They've started well in this game, but they've just settled for 3 too often, and Queen City is one of those teams in the SFL known to come back, and they just played harder in the second half, and it looked like London just never picked up steam.
Thank you so much, Levant Mercer, for being my analyst today. I have been your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo. The player of the game is AJ Caswell in his final regular season game as an SFL professional. We will see the Queen City Corsairs in the quarterfinals coming in a few weeks. But that's all from Queensway in London, England. We will see you next time!